What's up, Adrian? Thanks for jumping on today, man. How are you?
No, good, bro. Excited.
Cool, bro. Cool. Now, just quickly give us an explanation or a quick introduction, I should say, on who you are, what you do, where you're from, that kind of thing.
So my name's Adrian from Melbourne, Australia. I am a strength and conditioning coach for guys who want to look like they train without living in the gym.
Nice.
And that's pretty much the elevator pitch.
Beautiful. I love that. And then how long have you been in the online space as a whole?
As a whole, I would say it was probably a year of hybrid, and now it's coming up to a year of pure online.
Yeah, cool. And when you say hybrid, just a combination of like in person and online, right?
Correct. Yeah. So I was just, still on the gym floor, but had a good solid base of online clients as well.
Mm.
And yeah, obviously now just taking the leap to be fully online this year.
Yeah, that's sick. And you know what? This is actually so stupid to even say on a video like this, but I just realized that you went fully online while we were working together.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you helped me
Yeah.
move the path over, which is,
Yeah.
massive. And it's been terrifying, but it's been probably one of the most rewarding
Yeah.
years ever as far as gaining further understanding of how to level up my business.
Nice, bro. Nice. And over the time that we've been working together, what kind of results have you seen?
Just a greater understanding of how to generate leads by leveraging paid marketing and things like that, and also just a greater understanding of how I am the main character and developing content that's interesting to me. Because if
Mm,
I find something interesting, the potential client is going to find something interesting because I'm passionate about it. It's not something fabricated. I'm not trying to chase a trend or virality or something like that. I'm just simply putting stuff out there that I enjoy.
beautiful. I love that. And where, if you can recall, where was the client base at sort of before we were working together? I know it was a bit of hybrid and online, and where are things at now for you?
So with hybrid, I was probably at about, I would say, 15 to 20 online clients. And then as I moved online, I definitely lost a few of those. So that was where
Yeah.
it was terrifying. But now with the systems in place, I'm now back and beyond where I was at with both hybrid and online together. So,
Beautiful. Beautiful. And then before we started working together, I remember that obviously you and your wife, Liana, were feeling a little bit clunky with some things, and it wasn't probably moving in the direction that you wanted or at the speed that you wanted. What was life like back then for you? How were you thinking, feeling?
I was sort of feeling that no one was interested in my shit, to be honest.
Mm,
Like I would be posting online, I'd be doing stuff, I'd get 2 followers a week, they'd both be bots. No understanding of how to start a conversation and actually get people onto my program. Which for both of us, both my wife is we're business partners as well, so she was in the same frustrations. And yeah, just not understand, like, we were chasing weird trends with our videos. We just didn't know what direction we were going in on how to get there.
yeah, makes sense. And it's the trap I think most coaches get stuck in when they're trying to either make the jump online or scale. If we
Hmm.
get into some of the specifics around like what's actually been achieved or some of the results that you've seen since us working together, what's that sort of been like so far? It doesn't have to just be money or clients, but like as a whole.
For me personally, it's been patience,
Mm,
is learning to stick with one process and not get shiny object syndrome and jump around to multiple different things which has no data behind it. Uh, you got us filling out our data, following a chain of tangible information that we can follow and get the result. Before that, we had nothing. Like, yes, we were tracking some of our obviously data and stuff like that, but nothing on the realm of what we do now.
yeah,
And that's allowed us to, like you just said, obviously add more money, more clients.
yeah,
So it's
beautiful.
really just the system that we were lacking. And that's been the biggest change since working with you.
Mm. And then just learning to slap the hand every time the something else wants to creep in or you want to go do something else
Yeah,
that's not
that's
the
right.
system.
It happens still, but lucky I've got,
But
yeah,
every day, man,
some
every
help to
day.
stop.
Yeah, the girl in the red dress is everywhere.
That's right.
I know just before we hit record, you and I were chatting a little bit about some, I guess, the next block that you're facing in terms of scaling and growing your business. And that's probably where your head's at a little bit now of like, how do we unblock that next level of growth for you? But growth aside, how do things look and feel for you now with the progress that you have made?
Stable. As weird as that sounds, I was saying before we started recording that I seem to have thrived in chaos, made some obviously great decisions, made some good money under that chaos. But now that things are stable, I'm so much clearer on the direction I want to go in and how to get there. Simply following the data, being more present on who I am as a coach, and thus that helps with content, that helps with everything. So that's what I would say the biggest thing that it's taught me in this new space is patience with it.
Yeah. And I know this isn't business related, but it sort of is business related. Something that you've also worked on and been doing is, I feel like what we've worked on together is getting the business stable so you can also go have a life at the same time.
Yeah, before this, me and Liana put all our shit on hold. We weren't camping, we weren't traveling. Like, sure, there's a time where you got to push, but we
Mm,
were just pushing up against a wall and having absolutely no flexibility of what we wanted to do. We wanted the freedom of online, but we didn't know how to get there, and everything else was falling apart. Sure, we had money, but we had no system in place to allow us to use that money to have the freedom to
yeah.
go out and hike and camp, and now I'm getting back into all the stuff that I was doing before living inside the gym, which in turn has helped the business grow, which is
Yeah.
bizarre.
Yeah. Bizarre, but they
Um,
definitely go hand in hand. And
yeah.
it's funny, like most people get into the online space to get freedom, yet they end up in a 4x4 white wall room with a computer and two monitors for 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it's like,
Mm,
is this really why I got into online coaching? Um,
yeah.
awesome, man. Awesome. And if you were to describe like two or three key or core steps or things that we have focused on that have allowed those outcomes to happen, what would those be?
I would say lead generation is the first one. When you have that system in place and you finally see some followers come through that are actually people, I
Mm,
think there was such a weight that came off my body from that to believe that there was a way to actually get people following me to see the stuff that I can do for them. Because, when you're on the gym floor, you're just popping. You're like, I don't know, these guys, I'm going to talk to that guy, I can yap, yap, yap. When we moved online, there was no yapping. I didn't know how to get people into my world and talk to them. So that was the first one. And the second one was just getting really clear on what the fuck am I offering? Like, what
mm,
is the thing that makes me different to every other online coach in this space? So,
yeah,
really, getting into the weeds of that has allowed, yeah, again, a massive profit and the freedom that comes along with it. So, those are
beautiful.
the,
Those are the two core steps.
that's it. I would say
Yeah.
so. For
And it's
sure.
funny, man. Like, it's like, this is where, I mean, this isn't a podcast, but this is where so many coaches get stuck when they are wanting to either go fully online or scale, is they think they need like a gazillion moving things and this whole new thing in place. But in reality, the common thing is lead flow and just clarity on who we're trying to get and what we're actually trying to sell them. And that's how you get
Yeah,
those
I
outcomes.
remember. I remember when I messaged you. I said you asked me what's the problem. I go, no one's coming in.
Mm,
There's nothing.
mm,
I'm
mm.
doing fucking 7 days a week on Instagram and nothing's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, it was terrifying.
Yeah. That's why that word stable probably feels good now.
Yeah, but that's also terrifying as well. So
Yes.
just be
Yeah, it
prepared
is.
for
Yeah. Yeah,
that.
it is. Now, dude, I know that you and I have been working together for shit 9 months, 8 months, something like that, maybe 10
Mm,
months, somewhere
yep.
around that time frame. As a whole, And you don't have to pump my tires up on this, but as a whole, how's the experience been for you?
Yeah, if I can pump them up as much as possible, I'd just say it's life changing, to be perfectly honest.
Mm,
Um, yeah, definitely, shed some tears and just confusion all before starting. Um, had absolutely no apprehension with starting. It was just like, this is the shit. I want to learn this. I want to fucking make cash and still help a fuck ton of, obviously help fuck ton of people along the way. This was it. Yeah. So it's honestly been life changing. My relationship with my wife's better. My relationship with myself is better. My relationship to coaching is better. Yeah. It's changed everything.
perfect.
Um, yeah.
Amazing. Well, man, thanks for taking the time and, being honest right now. It's been fantastic seeing you grow. And I have been sitting on the sidelines watching you go through those highs and lows. And it's a good thing that you hung on during the low times, because now you can see sitting in the shit for a while is starting to pay off. So I'm really proud of you for all the work that you've done, bro. It's amazing.
Thank you. And yeah, um, yeah, whoever the people are watching this, just don't think that it's all Goldilocks. It's hard work, but
Mm-hmm.
Josh is the guy that will take you there, and he'll allow you to and have the systems built out for you to get there. To get there, it's hard fucking work. Like it's not like all the other online coaches that lie to you and say, "Oh yeah, in 5 minutes I gained 3,000 clients." It's not that. You need to be putting in the effort, and
Yeah.
that effort is rewarded in this lifestyle that I've just spoken about today.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect, man. Well, I appreciate the kind words, and I appreciate you for taking the time to jump on this meeting with you and I today, bro. Thanks for that. And I look forward to seeing the growth over the next couple of months together as well.
Thank you.